Hey, what's going on, guys? Listen up. Don't think there's only one way to play a scale. So in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about different fingering options or positions that you can use to play a scale. Here we go. So like I said, guys, that goes for riffs, phrases, bass lines. That goes for anything. There's always another way to play something. We have different options and different patterns that we can use. As you know, that bass is mostly patterns that you use to be able to play or figure out a scale or a phrase or arpeggio or what have you. There's different ways that you can do it. Don't get stuck in thinking that there's only one way, because once you figure out another way or another position, that might open up another, something else that in your mind that you can be able to be creative with. And it can open up so much more once you learn a different way to play it, or it might even be physically more comfortable for you. You never know. So just try it in a different position. So we're going to be talking about simple. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to talk about the major scale, which most people would learn, or that's the first thing that people learn when they play an instrument or anything. Doesn't matter. Be it bass, guitar, piano, doesn't matter. That's one of the first things people learn is a major scale. So we'll take that and we'll run with it. All right. So we're going to be doing a major scale. Probably you've learned it this way. And that's great. That's fine. That's awesome. All right. And that might be the only way that you learn it. But just in case, there's another way to play that. There's another position to play that. And also the benefit of having different positions is, well, you know what? Let me stop. Let me just show you. All right. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So a different position we can do is in first position with our first finger, literally on the first finger. We're going to start on the same note, but we're going to play it a little bit different. All right. So with our first finger, all right, we have C. Now this is going to be it's going to feel a little bit weird because we're not used to skipping notes like that or even fingering, right? So, but it'll be cool. Trust me. So C, D, next note of the major scale, E. All right. So we used to play the E down here. All right. But we're going to move that E. You have the same E on the 7th fret here. So you have whole step, whole step, whole step. But that's the only difference between that. You're stretching your 4th finger to that E. But now you're already covering a little bit more ground. All right. So it's going to get interesting in a little bit. So next note, F. We're going to bring it down. All right. It's going to be a little bit of a stretch, especially because of where we are. But don't worry about it. It'll get easier and easier over time. All right. Or the more you practice, I should say. Because over time, and you don't have to practice, and it won't get easier. But anyway, I digress. So C, D, E, F, first finger. All right. G, 3rd finger. Now we're going to do another stretch for A because we usually play the A down here on the 2nd fret. Now we're going to move it to the 7th fret on the D string. So we got C, D, E, F, G, A. Now, beautiful thing about this is our finger lands right on the note that we're supposed to be on. So if our fingers are aligned with the frets, our first finger should land right on the 4th fret on the G string. And the last note will be back to C. So altogether we have 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 3. All right. So the most comfortable way for me to play this is to ascend using the 1, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. And then on the way back down, you use 2, 1, 4, 2, 1. That's the easiest way for me to do it, but I'm not going to tell you that's how you need to do it. All right. So it might feel comfortable for you to do it a different way, but I'm just telling you what feels good for me. All right. So 2, 1, 4, 2 on the way down, 1, 4, 2, 1, and everything else stays the same. We're just switching our 3rd finger for the 2nd finger descending on that scale. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Back down. All right, so that's one position that you can play it. So, all right. So, but the beautiful thing about this, like I said before, like I tried to mention before, is that we already covered more ground. You know how we would end with our 4th finger on the previous scale with using on the 2nd position. All right. So we would have to, anywhere we go, we would have to shift or do some type of shift to be able to make a next note or make another note. So if we play it this way, if we wanted to keep going with the scale, we have the next note available. We have that D with our 4th finger available. So we're already covering more ground with a different position. That's one of the benefits of playing something in a different position, right? So, wrong note. And actually played the wrong finger too. See, it depends on what I'm doing to be able to to justify whatever fingering I'm using. So I'm doing a scale in thirds. right now as a practice, but I end up using my second finger, which I never really realized that I did that. But for some reason, doing that exercise helps me, I guess, because I'm going back and forth with the thirds, kind of switching back and forth, alternating between the notes, ascending and descending. It makes it easier to use the second finger versus the third finger. If you're following me, I want to make sure I'm not going too fast. But anyway, that's just something that I just noticed just now. But anyway, like I said, the benefits of having that different position, you're able to cover more ground, right? All right, so now let's go to the next position. I do fourth position. All right, basically meaning that we're starting on the fourth finger. So we'll start on on our fourth finger, but we're going to move this up. We're going to move this up to the E string, to the C on the E string, our 8th fret. All right, so you're probably thinking like, how am I going to finish this scale if I'm already starting on my last finger? What am I going to do? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to skip to the string. We're going to skip to the A string. All right, so that's our next note. So have no fear. All right, so it's going to work out. To get full access to the rest of this lesson, you want to head over to DaricBennett.com if you're not already there to start your free trial today. All right, you won't regret it. We got new advanced lessons coming up every single week for our members. We even have an interactive forum where you can ask anything you want. I'll be able to answer any questions you have and just interact with all types of bass players around the world. All right, so go start your free trial. Until next time.